I have a very specific memory about it growing up. I had a white best friend, her name was Taylor, and her mom's name was Pam. And she was the only house that I could go over to as a kid because my mom didn't play them type of games.
The Swift-Kelce universe is doing the absolute most again. First up, Kayla Nicole shuts down the internet's detective work after her Toni Braxton Halloween moment sparks wild theories. Then, Miles Teller jumps in with a bold prediction about Taylor and Travis's wedding like he's hosting Entertainment Tonight.
It's going to be, I imagine, one impressive wedding, but yeah, just very happy for them. I've known.
And while fans search for Taylor at the Chiefs-Bills game, insiders claim she's skipping Buffalo for good reason. And finally, Taylor steps out in NYC wearing snake print mushroom boots because of course she does. Look, Halloween is supposed to be fun. But when Kayla Nicole pops out dressed as Toni Braxton from the He Wasn't Man Enough era, the internet practically sprints to conclusions like it's the Olympic finals. Everyone's convinced she's tossing shade at Travis Kelce and his now-fiancée Taylor Swift. And honestly, the theories were multiplying faster than Taylor Nation conspiracy threads.
Okay, you guys, fun fact about my look. The last person to wear this dress, the one and only, drumroll please, Toni Braxton. Shut your mouth, bro.
But Kayla, she's shutting that down with a calm, y'all relax. On her podcast, she explains that her Toni Braxton inspo didn't come from heartbreak, revenge, or a late-night doom scroll. Apparently it goes all the way back to childhood, when her only allowed playdate spot was her white best friend's house. Kayla remembers being in the car with her friend one day and hearing her friend's mom blasting that iconic Toni track at full volume. It hit her like, oh wow, so white moms also vibe to black girl heartbreak anthems. And just like that, a core memory and a future Halloween costume were born.
I had a white best friend, her name was Taylor, and her mom's name was Pam. And I specifically remember driving home from private school in my little uniform in the back of the paddy wagon with Taylor. And her mom was playing this song, playing at the top of her lungs, and it was just like an aha moment that, wow, white people listen to black people music as well.
Fast forward to this week, Kayla drops her costume on Instagram, a chain-metal mini dress over a silver bikini, dancing to the same song that shaped that childhood revelation. And yes, she lip-syncs those famous messy lyrics, the ones the internet just loves to overanalyze. Cue the comment section spiraling, calling it savage, the ultimate last laugh, and basically treating the whole thing like an episode of Real Housewives NFL Edition. And honestly, the timing didn't help. Just weeks ago, she'd reposted a clip from an old reality TV moment where Eva Marcille confidently declares she doesn't compare herself to anyone. Insiders had already been whispering that Taylor's recent track Opalite took subtle swings at Kayla, so naturally the internet turned Kayla's post into a declaration of war even though she never said a word about it. And speaking of people who need to take several seats, here comes Miles Teller casually strolling into the chat and dropping wedding predictions like he's the unofficial spokesperson for the Swift-Kelce union. This man goes from film festivals to forecasting royal-level nuptials with zero hesitation, and honestly, the confidence is admirable. He's out at the Savannah Film Festival, minding his business, accepting his Distinguished Performance Award like a grown man who pays taxes, and suddenly someone asks him about Taylor and Travis's upcoming wedding.
And will you and Kelly maybe be attending the wedding?
Now, Miles doesn't actually know any details. He admits he's not in the inner circle just yet, but you know actors, they stay ready with a dramatic prediction. And he does not disappoint. He basically says he's pretty sure this wedding is going to be the event of the century. Forget Met Gala, forget royal coronations, Traylor's wedding is apparently about to break the timeline.
I don't know. That is going to be, I imagine, one impressive wedding.
And before he gets into that, he goes on this heartfelt tangent tied to his new movie, Eternity. And listen, when an actor stars in a romantic comedy, literally called Eternity, you know he's going to get philosophical. He starts talking about how working on the film makes him reflect on life, love, mortality, the whole none of us are making it out alive vibe. He says stuff about wanting to grow old with his wife Kelly, but like slowly. It's giving I love you babe, but let's not get wrinkles tomorrow. His co-star, by the way, is presenting him with awards while insiders whisper that this man already had marriage on the brain way back at TIFF, when he said he married Kelly because he wanted eternity with her. So clearly he's in his soft era. Then the conversation pivots, naturally, to Taylor, because of course it does. Miles had starred in one of her music videos years ago, so he's got some Swiftie-verse street cred. Reporters bring up the upcoming backyard engagement-turned-wedding spectacle, and Miles doubles down. He imagines it's going to be impressive. And you know what? Coming from a Hollywood guy who's attended events with fire breathers, aerialists, and hors d'oeuvre that cost more than rent, that says something. Meanwhile, Taylor's telling talk show hosts she's not stressing wedding plans yet because she's neck-deep in promoting her new album. She jokes that everyone will know the wedding date the second it's picked because apparently she's inviting literally everyone she's ever spoken to, which means if Miles doesn't get that invite, that's personal. The woman practically admitted she hates small weddings because choosing who to leave out feels like manually declaring who's not important enough. So she's going big, stadium tour energy, but with vows.
I know it's going to be fun to plan because I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to evaluate or assess your relationship with them.
Yeah.
To see if they should be there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. This is why you're anyone I've ever talked to.
Miles, though, is still unsure if he's on the guest list. He says it with that brave little smile people use when they don't want to seem pressed, but they're absolutely checking their mailbox twice a day. Still, he insists he's genuinely happy for the couple, bragging a little about being friends with both of them for years, like he's reminding the universe that he should be invited. Subtle, but I see you, Miles.
Yeah, just very happy for them. I've known, Trav for a while too, and yeah, I think they're having a blast. That's the point.
Then things take a nostalgic turn. Insiders dig up an old interview from Taylor's Red era, back when she was 23 and bangs were her whole personality. She talked about her dream wedding, saying she didn't want to be that girl who takes over everything and reduces her partner to a decorative item standing next to the cake. She wanted a life that combined her dreams with his. Very joint vision, very Pinterest neutral. Oh, and Miles's film? It's a romantic comedy where he and Elizabeth Olsen play a couple navigating the afterlife after 67 years of marriage. She has to choose between spending eternity with him or her first love who died young. When suddenly we swerve right back into the NFL universe because apparently peace is illegal when you're Taylor Swift. Here's the deal. While everyone's busy predicting wedding decor and debating whether Travis will cry at the altar or just do a full touchdown dance mid-aisle, Taylor is not showing up to the Bills and Chiefs game. And the reason? It's a whole thing. Insiders say the woman simply did not want to revisit Buffalo after what happened last time. And honestly, all right. Buffalo in winter is already a character-building experience. Add in NFL playoff chaos, beer flying through the air, and shirtless fans screaming like they're auditioning to be the next Marvel villain, and suddenly staying home with a chai latte sounds like premium self-care. She skipped the huge AFC showdown like someone skipping a reunion they know will have a room full of people who still remember their haircut from 9th grade. Travis was suited up, giving it his all, Chiefs grinding through a tough 28-21 loss, and Taylor was absolutely not in the stands, probably watching from a secure undisclosed location with snacks that did not come from a stadium concession stand. The last time she went to Highmark Stadium was January 2024, and that visit is now the stuff of NFL folklore. Freezing weather, a stadium full of rowdy Bills fans, and Jason Kelce, big man, bigger energy, getting so hyped he ripped his shirt off like he was auditioning for a WWE storyline titled Dad Rage Snow Edition. Social media ate it alive. Jason went viral faster than Swiftie spotting an Easter egg in a blurry photo. But according to insiders, the Kelces and Taylor didn't exactly float out of Buffalo on a cloud of joy. More like, yeah, let's never do that again. Apparently Bills Mafia, the fan base famous for body slamming each other through tables for fun, came at them with the full welcome to our house aggression. A certain sports commentator later said that the vibe shocked them. They allegedly pulled up expecting friendly energy and maybe a couple of polite boos. Instead, they got the emotional equivalent of being pelted with frozen chicken wings. Insiders claim the Kelces left the stadium that day with the kind of look people get after surviving a surprise escape room, like, we did it, but at what cost? And to add to the drama, Taylor has recently dialed up her security to maximum fortress mode. We're talking premium level protection, the kind of security detail that makes presidents look underprepared. Instead of rolling into games with photographers catching every angle of her hair flip, she's now arriving covertly. Quiet entrances, low-profile moves. The opposite of that moment she popped up on the Jumbotron last year, and the entire stadium almost passed out. So when the Chiefs were taking on the Bills again, you better believe she evaluated her options like she was choosing between two dangerous quests in a fantasy game. Option 1, return to Buffalo and face Bills Mafia 2.0. Option 2, keep her peace, stay out of the chaos, and avoid repeating the trip that must not be discussed. Let's just say the choice was not hard. When suddenly Taylor pops up in New York City serving a look so sharp it could cut through Buffalo wind chill. And honestly, it's giving. If I won't go to the stadium, I'll at least step out looking like the CEO of Sustainable Slay. So here's what went down. Taylor and Gigi Hadid stepped out for a Monday night girls outing, and Taylor shows up in an all-black fit so chic it practically filed its own taxes. She's wearing this sleek otter peacoat that costs more than a semester at some community colleges, plus a pleated miniskirt that screams, "I may be grown, but I will forever dress like a stylish overachiever from an elite prep school." But the real stars? The boots. Oh, the boots. From a distance, they look like classic snake print knee-highs, the kind you'd expect to be made from an actual python who lived its whole life listening to Reputation on repeat. But nope, these babies are made from mushrooms. Yep, you heard that right. Taylor Swift is officially wearing fungi on her feet. Mushroom mycelium, to be exact, those root-like structures that sound like something your science teacher made you label on a diagram in 8th grade. It's all part of Stella McCartney's vegan, animal-friendly magic. The brand refuses to use real skins, and Taylor has been hyping their eco-conscious pieces for ages. So while 500,000 pythons are apparently losing their lives every year to become handbags and shoes, Taylor is out here stomping through New York in mushroom boots like it's the future. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.